Hey guys, this is Carrie, and in this video we're going to be doing our first JavaScript project, which will be an interview with a robot. So I'm having some problems with Google Chrome right now because I'm working on an old edition of OS X on my Mac. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using Firefox. Things might be looking a little bit different for you today. If you're using Chrome, I recommend you keep using it. All right, so here we go. I'm going to log into replit.com. I'm going to create a new REPL. We're going to be always working with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, so we'll click on that, and I'll do pop-up interview for today's project. So let's create our REPL. All right, I'm going to pop this open in a new tab, and what we'll see is a blank web page, because for the first time in a long time, we are starting from scratch. So actually, with HTML, today we're going to be leaving it completely blank because we're going to be working entirely in the pop-up, built-in pop-up system. And then later we're going to be linking JavaScript and HTML. Because our HTML has nothing on the web page, our style is also going to be completely blank. So in order to test to see if our website is working, or in order to understand how our website is working, you'll notice that here we have a JavaScript file, or a JavaScript tag, that's linking to our JavaScript file, script.js. So this is what tells our computer, when you load this web page, go into this JavaScript file and run it. To make sure that our JavaScript file is running, let's start off with an alert. This is our first command in JavaScript. Alert, welcome to your interview. And in JavaScript, we put code words, words that mean something special without quotes, like alert. This is a special built-in word to JavaScript. And we put, human words in quotes like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to alert out, welcome to your interview. And just like CSS, we're going to be ending every line with a semicolon. So let's take a look and see what this line of code does. So we refresh our web page and it says, welcome to your interview. If you're working on Chrome, this menu will look a little bit different. That's totally okay. I'm just working on Firefox because I'm having that error with Chrome. So then once I press OK, it will take me back to the page here. So let's put in another alert to alert out some more information from our robot interviewer. So whenever we want to pop something up, use a pop-up, we can use this command alert. And then the thing that we put in quotes will be the stuff that it says. So welcome to your interview. We decided not to pay any human employees to ask you these questions. So we will be using a robot. Really important here, at the end of this line of code, just like in CSS, we put a semicolon. Let's refresh our page and see what happens. Welcome to your interview. I press OK. We decided not to pay any human employees to ask you these questions, so we will be using a robot. I can prevent this page from creating additional dialogues. And the reason why I have this option, I think this is a Firefox only option, is because pop-ups generally are not appreciated by users. If you click this, you're going to be miserable because you're not going to see any of your code the rest of the lesson. So please don't click this. Just click OK. Now that the pop-ups are done, it's complete, our interview. So what we need to think about next is if we're going to be using an interview, we have to give the user a chance to actually respond to some of these questions. So when we're making a statement, we're just going to alert out some text. But this is not just like a, sorry, that threw me off. This is not a question. To ask a question, what we have to do is we have to use a new command, which is prompt. So when we use prompt, you'll see that this is going to be a little bit different. So the first question we're going to ask is, what is your name? Oops, and I need my semicolon there. So let's see how this is different. Welcome to your interview. That was an alert. We decided not to pay any human employees to ask you these questions, so we will be using a robot, also an alert. And then what is your name? I have space to actually fill it in. So Carrie, and then I press OK. So this is an exciting moment for us where we are going to be creating our first, not just JavaScript file here, but our first variable in computer science. Depending on who uses this interview app, they'll give different answers for the name. I'll give Carrie, you'd give your name, my dog would give his name, Sky. So this is going to be an answer that varies. So we need to explicitly tell the computer, hey, in your memory, store this answer. So the way we do that is we use the keyword let. So we're going to say let the name variable equal the answer to this question. And what this is doing is now the computer won't just ask the question, it will store our answer inside of the code word name. So whenever we see the word name, we'll know that the computer is referencing whatever answer we gave it. So now let's alert out a response from the computer. Nice to meet you. Space, or actually we can, and then we want to add on the name. I've made a little bit of an error here, even if I put the semicolon. Let's see what happens. Refreshing the page using Command R. I'll go through these again. I'll put Carrie for my name. Nice to meet you. Oh no, I did it as one word. So this will highlight something important, which is we need to tell the computer exactly what to say when we use JavaScript. If we want to say nice to meet you space your name, then we have to do nice to meet you space your name. You'll notice in the code here, oh, let me try it with a different name now. Blah, blah, blah. Sky, my dog's name. Nice to meet you, Sky. So how does the computer know whether to put Carrie or Sky there? The way the computer knows is whatever we answer for this question gets stored in the code word name, and it gets put here when we say name here. This is what happens. Now, a common mistake that students will make is that they might put name in quotes. And you might think, what would happen if we put name in quotes? Okay, my name is Carrie. Nice to meet you, name. So when we put name in quotes, it's no longer referring to the code word name, it's referring to the actual word name, and it will always say nice to meet you, name. We don't want to do that, so let's delete the quotes. So that's using the code word name. Whenever we create one of these code words, we have to say let name equal that. Let's do another example. Let's let emotion equal prompt, how are you feeling? Oh, I have some sort of weird effect here where it's flickering on the screen. And then let's just alert out, I am glad you are feeling, space, plus whatever emotion they give us. Welcome to your interview. We decide not, blah, blah, blah. Okay, sorry, I keep repeating myself. My name is Carrie. Nice to meet you, Carrie. Awesome. How are you feeling? I don't know. I'm frustrated at my computer because it's not working the way I want it to. So I can't use Google Chrome. Let's see. We'll press OK. I am glad you are feeling frustrated. Wonderful. So you can actually see kind of the pattern here. There's one thing that I've avoided doing so far, which is you can build as long of a string, as long as a set of text as you want by including more plus signs here. So maybe we would put here, I am feeling, plus the emotion, plus a period, space, I have never felt any human emotions. And now what we have here is we're building a more complex string. I am glad you are feeling, plus emotion, plus, it will put a period at the end, after the emotion. I have never felt any human emotions. And up here, maybe I can now go in and say, nice to meet you, plus name, plus exclamation point. My name is InterviewBot, 2.0. All right, so let's see how this works. My name is Carrie. Nice to meet you, Carrie. My name is InterviewBot 2.0, and now it's inserted my name into a more complex sentence. I am feeling happy. I am glad you are feeling happy. I have never felt any human emotions. All right, awesome. So just to review, when we want the computer to say a sentence, welcome to your interview, we use alert. When we're asking a question, we use prompt, but we need to store the answer in a variable. So we say, I'm creating a space in your memory called name, and I'm going to store the answer there. Your assignment now is to ask 2 more questions with prompt and give 2 more responses with alert. They can be any questions you like. They can be any answers you like. Keep them school appropriate, and hopefully they're funny or interesting. Bye, guys.